the accident. I'll put it down here. We don't have the exact time.
Yeah, about 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning? Where was it?
5, right where Scottsdale, off of Shea. In Scottsdale. In
Scottsdale. All right, I'll get the... First I'll put the planets.
We're heading off to San Diego.
Mars in Aries. What do you know? Guess what was in her first house? Rahu. Ketu. All right, we'll get the exact time because I think the moon was not there. We have Jupiter here, retrograde, but this is the big stuff. We also have Mercury, retrograde, and Sun here. Oh, we also have Saturn and Venus were here. I remember that. I was teaching at a conference. I remember that exactly. I remember exactly that day, actually. That's funny what I was doing that day. That's right. Yeah, moon is here. I've got to, let me get the exact time. I think the moon was probably in Sagittarius, not Capricorn. Oops. You'll always be able to see something like that. That's why I asked to see it. Scottsdale, you said? 5 a.m. I think it's probably late Sagittarius. Either way, it would be in Sagittarius, which is what I thought. It makes more sense. So, yeah, it's probably really close. So at 5 a.m., here's the other thing. The degrees, Saturn in this chart is like 25. Like 25 of Sagittarius, right? The moon here is like 26. So the moon, this is the thing to always know. And the ascendant is right here. So the moon is a big trigger. I mean, this is when you see transits happen. So the moon is going and it's trucking along and it hits her natal retrograde Saturn. Saturn's her ruling planet too, right? Mars is 10. Okay, so here's the other thing is these degrees. 8:30. Okay, so she's got Mercury, Venus. What is the exact degrees? Mercury's 8:04, Venus is 8:39. So Mercury is 8:04, Venus is 8:39. And Mars was 10:47. So Mars was really very close here to this Mercury, Venus in Aries. So Mars was in there. She's got 3 planets there. So again, this is why accident prone in general, because planets in Aries are impulsive. They're accident prone anyway. They're fast. They're ahead of themselves. They think or they act without thinking, and they can get lost in the speed of things and not be slowing down and being present. Even if it's an exalted sun, every planet in Aries has to learn to slow down. And so Mars goes through there, and it's like, it could have just been activating this like impulsive nature.
But I wasn't even driving. I was in the passenger seat.
So this, this definitely shows this also, Rahu in the first, and it was very close to your ascendant. Your ascendant is 16? No, 26. Oh, okay. So it was, actually it definitely had gone past. Rahu was 14 degrees. But you see, especially the main things that show is Mars going through Aries, head injuries, Mars accidents, but say, well, everybody didn't have an accident that day or that time. Yeah, but everybody doesn't have these 3 planets here. They don't have Rahu going through the first also. Your dashas looks like, what were your dashas then? I don't have it here. You were in Rahu something. Yeah, she had just started Rahu Dasha. And where's Rahu in the chart? 8th. You were almost killed in a car accident.
Yeah, I mean, I should have been killed in the car.
Yeah.
What about her Jupiter in her side? What's the time on that?
Jupiter is further, it's less. Oh. It's further down. It's like 9 degrees. Oh. But this is the thing. Rahu is in the 8th. See, this is the 8th house. This is why 8th house is accident. It's death, accidents, unexpected, chaotic, like all of a sudden things come. That's what the 8th house is. Like I said, it's like the things we can't control that come out of nowhere and make us go, whoa. So that's like, what's the positive quality of that? Well, we realize that, we're lucky we lived through that thing and we need to slow down or whatever it is that we need to learn. But the 8th house is very dangerous. So when Rahu's in the 8th, the person definitely has to be careful, because the 8th house is where, see, all energies can make mistakes and can be, and have problems. But the mistakes of the 8th house can literally be fatal, because the 8th house is about fatality. So is the 3rd house, the 8th house for sure. So Rahu in the 8th, the person needs to be careful, because their dumb mistakes can kill them. Mars and Rahu are the part of us that make dumb mistakes more than anything. Also the moon. So anytime I see either of those three, it's like we need to be careful, because those are times when we're not thinking, or we're irritated, or we're emotional. And if it's in the 8th, that thing can really get us. The reason there was a lot of grace is because the ruler of Rahu is joined an exalted sun. The sun is exalted here, which is really a great blessing. The sun is exalted, so it's very powerful. So Mercury it's in the 3rd, and its dignity it's actually neutral dignity, but it's with an exalted sun, which is a great blessing to be joined an exalted planet. But you see, Mars is going through here. You're in Rahu Dasha. Rahu goes in your 1st house. Rahu's in the 8th in your natal, in your chart, in your house. You also have Ketu going right over your moon. Ketu also, the moon is 7 degrees, Ketu is 14. So you see all these things getting activated. Rahu, Ketu in the 1st and 7th house, plus the dashas line up. She's in Rahu Dasha, triggering this 8th house thing. And that's the beginning of an 18-year cycle. So that was to really give you a wake-up. I bet it did, didn't it?